really pray that this makes sense. Like I said in my other video from this morning, how my dreams are starting to kind of shift, or maybe it's not shifting, maybe it's I'm paying attention in the way that it's designed for me to pay attention, right? So like I said in the video this morning, I had another dream that I wanted to share. So this one is, the theme is water. The theme is water, and it's more so like people that mess with the foundation of the water. So it's sort of like, again, that the theme of foundation is multiple things that you could use for this. And I pray I can fit it into less than 10 minutes because I do not want to make a part 2. But basically, and I had to pull up my notes for this because I'm like, it's very detailed and I want to make sure I'm like sharing it correctly. So April 29th, this was a dream from April 29th. And then the next one was May 4th. May 4th. So it was April 1st and then May 4th. And I feel like they connect because both of them were talking about water. Something that someone did made destructive waters come. So April 29th, I was with a group of people at this apartment complex. There was a small lake in front of the apartment, and this person, he hit the ground and all of the rocks started falling. Why he was out there messing with, I don't know. In both these scenarios, I'm like, what was y'all doing? Why are you messing with stuff? But he was in front of the apartment. He hit the ground, and the rocks like that were keeping the water together, like in its place, it started falling, and it caused a bigger breeze and more water to flow over the area of rocks. And then I said a huge part of the wall collapsed. And then I said, then we knew a tornado was coming, so we hid in this bending area. Now, this dream had multiple like kind of themes that went with it, because I do believe another part of that dream linked with another way. But I want to stay on the topic of the water. The water, destructive water is coming. So basically, when he did that, then all of a sudden we knew a tornado was coming. So we were in danger. And then, like I said, when all of these rocks crumbled because of what he was doing, it made the water flow more heavier. It made a heavier breeze come, or a stronger breeze come. So that was April 29th. Then, like I said, May 4th, I said a group of us were around some water tubes near a beach. It's so random. It's so weird. If I can find a picture of what I feel like I saw, I'll post it where you can see it. But it was literally like clear tubes, 3 clear tubes that were facing the beach, and the water was already in these tubes. I don't know where they were going, but it was water in the tubes. Somebody else trying to be grown, apparently this water was imported to the area. 2 tubes had water full in them. Someone goes down to a 3rd tube and turns the wheel handle, and water begins to flow into this tube. Apparently that wasn't good. That's what I wrote in my notes. Apparently that wasn't good. Then at the beach, someone in the evening realizes that the waves now appear abnormally higher. And it was just like later on, me and this group were all sleeping in the same area, not doing anything. It just was, apparently this was normal for us, where we were all sleeping in the same area. But it was super noticeable about these waves that were on the beach. It only happened after that person went to the water tubes and started messing with the water. So I've been for the longest, like trying to figure out, like, what is that? Like, you know, of course, praying like, God, help me to figure it out. But after me, you know, kind of really looking at this morning's dream, I was like, oh, I think I got the formula. I figured it out. What does it say biblically? So then I started thinking, well, what destructive waters are in the Bible? The two main times that I know about destructive waters, right? When the Father, destroyed the world with the flood, the Noah flood, that was destructive. So basically, people weren't doing what they were supposed to do. They were being messy, and God was like, nope, I'm wiping you out with water. Water was destructive in that narrative. Then the other time that I think about that came to mind was destructive waters was when the children of Israel escaped. Pharaoh and his people were being messy. He reneged on the promise to let them go, and he went after them. And when the Red Sea split, as the children of Israel safely got through, it was like God closed the sea and destroyed the enemy. So again, this whole theme of destructive waters, because people were doing something they had no business doing. Do you see the connection? So in my first dream, the April 29th dream, whoever this guy was, he was, well, not whoever, because it's weird because it was somebody off of TikTok. I don't know this person, but I've seen him. But he was the one that was out there messing with the bricks and all of that. He caused destruction, and then the tornado came. And then the one for May 4th, somebody out there being grown on the beach with these tubes of water. He was messing with something, again, being grown like the other guy in the other dream. And then later, those heavy or high waves, and we know high waves on the beach is not good. Eventually destruction comes. So then today I was thinking back to that dream, and I was like, wait a minute, the phrase repairing the breach came to mind. I'm like, but these people were not repairing the breach. They were destroying the breach. They were messing with the breach. They were operating outside of the rules of the breach. So the repairing the breach verse is in Isaiah 58:12. It says, those from among you will rebuild the ancient ruins. You will raise up the age-old foundations, and you will be called the repairer of the breach, the repairer of the streets in which to dwell. So when you look at the footnotes, it takes us to, it says, repair of the breach, the work of Nehemiah in Nehemiah 2:17. And as you recall, if not, go back and review, Nehemiah was sent to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem, right? And it was a lot of stuff, messy people in there. Tobiah was in places he didn't need to be. They were using other prophets to try to bring destruction. They were trying to delay the They were trying to delay the rebuilding of the wall. The wall was protection, right? Yeah, okay. The wall was protection. So in these two dreams, these people meddling with water, because water is destruction, is, thematically, water can be looked at as destruction in the Bible, in those two stories I gave. So they were messing with the wall. They were messing with the breach. They were messing with the foundation. They were messing with the protective barrier between them and the water. And in these two instances, in these two dreams, it's basically people, because they did that, destruction came. Just like in Nehemiah. Now it makes sense. Because I was like, why am I thinking about the repair of the breach? But again, the footnotes led me to Nehemiah to remind me about rebuilding the wall. So it's like, if I can put all of this together, who's at your wall? Who's messing with your wall? Who is being messy to the point where if they too close to that wall, if you are not watching your wall, if you are not watching your breach, right, destruction will come. I think that's it. I think that's all I had to share.